I met Kimberly Agosto this year in the cafeteria. She was one of my student workers. I got to know her really well, and one of the things that I noticed is that she doesn't like to leave a job undone. She'll do anything that you ask her to. She's always got a smile on her face, a cheerful spirit, and her love for Jesus is something that shows through.
Naomi Adjue is one of those beautiful people that you rarely meet. She sparkles with love and enthusiasm, and she is amazing. Also, she has the warmth of Jesus. To know her is to love her.
In Danielle Babb, I see an individual who has wholeheartedly committed herself to the Lord's service. Whether she is playing the piano for chapel or prayer meeting, organizing Flamekeeper groups, helping to run the sound system, or sharing a testimony about one of her canvassing experiences, she does so with the same gleam in her eye as when she shares about the latest treasure she has discovered in God's Word.
One of the things I enjoy about Megan is the way that she comes over to our house and blends in with her introvert nature. And I've also appreciated the way she stands for what she believes in, no matter what other people decide.
Mr. Mike Coffin, anything that has to do with country, he's all over it, whether it's boots, hats, music, trucks, farming, whatever the case is. But he's always respectful, always courteous, and kind to other people. He'd give the shirt off of his back, yep, even his country shirt off of his back to help other people. Sometimes his exterior can look tough, but inside he's soft and gentle, and he too has a wonderful smile.
I want to introduce to you Lindsay Connor from Novi, Michigan, a world traveler. She's been to Paris in the last year. Excellent clarinet player. I love her dry sense of humor. She can play on words, and she's got the great puns. She always seems to have an angle on my history teasers. Smart girl, likable girl, Lindsay Connor.
Pam Crisolo. I've seen Pam reflect Jesus in the way she interacts with others. Whether you like making friends or not, Pam will become your friend. I appreciate her positive attitude. I've seen Pam's desire to choose to do the right thing and follow God's plan for her life, even in the darkest of times. Mahal kita, mamimiss ka namin.
Nikisha. Nikisha has to be one of my favorite people. She has personality. She's interesting to talk to. She's smart, has a great mind. She has real business ability. Nikisha is one of those people, when she walks into the room, the whole room lights up. When I pass her in the hallway and Nikisha says my name, I just feel better.
Jerry Fernandez. This guy has grown so much since I've gotten to know him, and we've become really close friends. And it's been really great to hang out and have adventures together. And he's just a really solid guy who loves the Lord. He's an entrepreneur and just an all-around amazing individual.
So Alyssa Fickett is a senior that I've known for a while, and I can truly say she's an inspiring person. She's very musical, plays many instruments, and sings well, and she's really a spiritual leader at GLA. One thing about Alyssa is that she's always willing to be friends with anyone, and I really respect that about her. So yeah, Alyssa Fickett.
Kayla Fitzpatrick is a respectful young lady who carries herself with dignity because she lives out her life in a way that honors her school, parents, and the Lord. She's a go-getter, determined, composed, poised, and yet has a sweetness about her. She truly cares about people, and she cares about doing the right thing. She's a Fitzpatrick, and she's lived up to that name.
Benjamin Garcia is from Saginaw, Michigan. He's very musically gifted. He loves to sing, and he plays the violin. Ben came to GLA this fall with a special purpose where he felt that God wanted him to be a mentor and a support to the underclassmen. He is a great listener. He's very loyal. He loves to cook, and he loves to travel. Ben plans to be a dental hygienist.
I have known Brooklyn Greeno for more than 4 years, and she is my ray of sunshine crazy child. She makes me laugh. We've had lots of good talks, and what I really appreciate about her is that she knows her Bible and she's willing to stand up for what she believes. I know God's got a big job for her.
So Jeremy Hall is a really quality guy. He's really good at basketball. I've enjoyed playing with him, even though he's definitely better than me. And he's really a spiritual guy too. He really inspires me. We've had a lot of good talks, and I look up to him as a true friend and just a really great guy to hang out with. And yeah, he's a great senior. Get to know him.
Sarah Hazel works right by me, and what I love about her, because I see her every day, I love her smile, her energy, her fun-loving spirit. She loves life, she loves people, and she's got her own sense of style too. Bedroom slippers anywhere is okay. I know God's got a wonderful plan for her life.
Savannah Hayes has been such a joy to be around. While working with her, she has been a witness to the importance and attention to detail. Whether she is given something small or large, the Lord has given her true joy, as witnessed through her smile and kindness, in which she shares to all those around her.
So what can I say about Matthew Herford? I have known him since he was a little itty-bitty adventurer back in Holly and Grand Blanc, and he was the cutest, shyest, quietest little boy. I know that's hard to believe that Matthew was quiet and shy, but he was. But now I've been able to watch him grow up to be this wonderful young man who loves the Lord and is making friends here at GLA and who is really thriving. I'm really proud of you, Matthew.
Most people think of Aiden as kind of a quiet person. I did at first when I met him, but once you get to know him, he really opens up. And you find this fun-loving, creative person who likes reading. He enjoys studying, it seems like. Whenever you see him, he seems to have a book in his hands. And he's really quite outgoing and not shy at all. I like Aiden. It's nice to have him in my faculty family.
Recently, Lindsay Howard enthusiastically told me about her plans to become a nurse. Wow, what an amazing nurse she will be. Her quick wit, beautiful smile, and unusual ability to sense people's emotional struggles will let her patients know they are loved and cared for. Add to that her desire for knowledge and understanding, and it's easy to see that God is going to continue to use Lindsay to be a blessing in every aspect of her life. Thank you, Lindsay, for the blessing you already are.
Luke Imperio is a third-year student here. He loves to cook. He loves spray paint art. He loves sports. In fact, he loves sports so much that he is our sports coordinator here in Guys Club at the dorm. And he always tells jokes, very funny jokes. In fact, he's never afraid to make himself the butt of his own jokes.
Michael Jameson is a thrill to have on my staff. He has been working for me for the last 4 years doing audio engineering, and he is awesome. He has a real gift for having an ear that can listen to the right music for the right things. So I'm really going to miss him terribly when he leaves. But he is a quiet, thoughtful, thinking young man who really has a passion for the Lord, and I like that about him. I'm going to miss him.
This next individual has worked at Auto Body for all 4 years of his high school experience. He is very helpful and goes the extra mile. You will find him at prayer meeting because he is spiritual, and every now and then you see the cowboy hats and boots because he likes Montana. I'm pleased to introduce to you Silas Isaiah Jameson.
Curtis doesn't speak a lot, but when he speaks, it's worth listening to. It's because he's thoughtful, he's mature, he's dependable. But I think more than his talents as a musician and running, and that is his character and integrity. It makes him who he is.
So this cute little prickly pear reminds me of cute little Emma Jordan. Did you know she weighed just over a pound when she was born? And I know some of you think she's not much bigger now, but she is. Emma is a little thing with a big heart and a very, very sweet spirit. And hey, she loves exotic fruit, by the way. I'm glad I know you, Emma. Congratulations on your senior year. Good luck.
Josie Jabel is from Pontiac, Michigan. For the last 3 years, she was in the music department, and this year she's on the Aeroconus gymnastics team. She enjoys meeting new people. She's a loyal friend. She's determined in purpose, and she's a very resilient girl. She's nurturing, and she is compassionate. She wants to follow God's lead in her life and to do something that will impact people, especially children.
Sehi Kim comes from South Korea, but is known to us as Susan. We call her Susan. Grades are very, very important to Susan. Not only does she want to have good grades, but she wants to understand concepts. It's not at all unusual for her to come in and say, can you please help me understand what I need to do differently so that I can understand this well? She's also very willing to help other people. She takes pride in her organization and her neatness, and she's always smiling.
Sarah Klingbeil is our Girls Club president. She loves Jesus, and she expresses it in so many wonderful ways around the dorm. She puts little sayings up about Jesus. She has ways to connect us with other academies. She is so passionate about the God that she loves, and it just oozes from her. You know, I really wonder what God has planned for her. She really loves the Lord, and she loves all of you too.
Let me tell you about my friend Luke Kroll. Luke's been given a gift from God, the ability to work with his hands. And he shows the character of Christ when he uses that gift to service others, and it pleases and honors the gift giver.
One of the most positive people that I talk to is Johannan. Whenever I picture him, I see him smiling or laughing or saying, "Hey, man." And that's definitely something we need to see a lot more of, that I appreciate in Johannan, is his positivity.
Keegan Leuenberger. God has blessed him with a real sensitive spirit and a big man's body. Keegan is outstanding in his field, cornfield that is. Put him on a tractor, get the back 40 done, or take care of the mats. God bless you, Keegan.
Naomi Linder is one of the funniest people I've ever met, and one of the most caring, too. She constantly brightens people's day with her humor, her smile and laugh, and her deep, genuine love for people, which is reflective of her love for the Lord. I can't imagine GLA without her. She's an amazing young lady who truly lives to serve others. We all love you, Naomi.
Kayla McFadden is a conscientious worker and full of integrity. She loves her family deeply and is a loyal friend. She has the gift of writing and has the ability to take deep spiritual concepts and put them into words for everyone to understand, and I know that she's going to be used by the Lord.
This is the second year I've had the privilege of working with Delaney. She was my team leader last year. She's got team leader qualities. She works with the students very fairly, and I can see God's leading in her life.
Victoria is a fine singer, a wonderful singer, but more than that, she's a person of character. She's kind and thoughtful and looks out for her friends, and you never hear her talk bad about anybody, and that's such a blessing. I think in Victoria, you can see Jesus in her.
I have witnessed Andre Modiga be a comforter. He seems to notice someone in need of care and does something about it. His smile is inviting, and his upbeat, enthusiastic personality bring life to all those around him. It is exciting to see how Andre will use these gifts to draw others closer to the Lord.
I first met Dominic at Camp Segal in the Upper Peninsula. There he had a contagious smile and just bubbly, friendly personality. Now, having him here at Great Lakes Adventist Academy, he's in my faculty family, and he continues to have that personable, friendly smile to all of those he meets.
My family and I love Ariana. We appreciate her spirit of willingness, the way that she's just taken our girls under her wing and mentored them, and we appreciate the way that she lets God lead her in all aspects of her life.
I got to know Lynn McQuada last year when she was my faculty daughter, and I just love this girl. She is funny while being respectful and kind. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. And I'm excited to see what God has in store for her after she graduates and leaves Great Lakes Adventist Academy.
Denver Nelson is a no-nonsense, let's just get it done kind of guy that's quick to volunteer for any work that needs to be done. But best of all is Denver's caring heart. There were times last year when he was near tears because of his deep love and concern for a friend who was fighting surrendering to Jesus. And just recently, I heard the pure joy in his voice as he told of an experience with a special young friend. Whether friend or family, Denver's love is evident in many ways.
When I think of Haley Nelson, I think of a bright, bubbly girl, always likes to smile, always likes to laugh, super kind, compassionate to other girls. She doesn't just stay with girls in her class, she likes to hang out with other girls as well. She's really sweet and always smiling, and I think she's really awesome.
We've been blessed to have Deborah Wusu as our faculty daughter this year. Deborah demonstrates loyalty. She's a valuable friend. She is someone who you would want in your corner. She desires in her heart to honor God and to do what is right, and she has committed herself to do just that.
Over the few short months that I have known Savannah Papendick, I have been blessed to see her enthusiasm for life, her friendliness, her desire to succeed, her passion for adventure, and her love for both animals and children. She truly has a servant's heart and is willing to not only give of herself for others, but to do so cheerfully and joyfully with a contagious smile and an encouraging word.
We've had the privilege of Rebecca Powers attending Great Lakes Adventist Academy for all 4 years of high school. Rebecca has shown herself to be kind, thoughtful, and a good friend to others. You won't hear her complaining. One of the biggest ways she demonstrates the love of Jesus is that she brings positivity with her wherever she goes.
And now, Janessa Saley. Born in Sacramento, California, she's from Rio, Wisconsin. She loves to longboard. Somehow I can't see her on longboard, but she loves it. She's into photography. She especially loves playing the guitar. And I know at leadership camp, one of the kids came up to me and said, "Wow, that girl's good on the guitar. She plays great guitar, loves the Lord." She is in our faculty family at Reichert. And needless to say, Janessa Saley, quality young lady.
So let me tell you about Ellis. He can be timid and quiet, but he's really fun to talk to. He's a respectful young man with a great attitude, and he's extremely hardworking. While being at Great Lakes, Ellis says that his patience has been very developed, but he's also been encouraged in many ways to spend more time with God and to become closer to Him.
Hannah Sheridan is such a wonderful young woman. I got to know her better last year on the Belize mission trip. It was fun to watch her work with and love on the kids at the orphanage and the school. She has a love in her heart for others, and I love to see her when she encourages others who are struggling and having a bad day.
Frederick Samatapong. From the first time that we had ramen together and it was way too hot and spicy, to the trips that we've taken to Camp Isabel, it's really been great getting to know him and just chilling with him. He's such a relaxed guy, and he's a hard worker, and it's really just a joy to have him around.
This next young man hails to us from West Jakarta, Indonesia. Oftentimes, students from the Asian part of the world bring to us good work and study ethics. While maintaining respectable grades, this young man is also appreciated very much in the cafeteria. Even though coming at 5:30 in the morning, he maintains a cheerful and smiling disposition. I'm pleased to introduce to you Patrick Edward Samatapang.
Natalie Simon is a quietly diligent student and an excellent worker, but she has things to say. She puts together wonderful worship talks as our student association pastor, and her delivery is concise and well done, not filled with all the ums and hums that you might expect in other speakers. Manoa Vandevelde is an enthusiastic student and person, and his mind is always working. It's very enjoyable to have him as a student in both physics and welding, and he is diligent in both classes. I appreciate his attention to detail and following through on his projects, and his accent cracks me up.
Elise has a contagious smile and is full of joy. And when I was in the dorm, I noticed that she's such an encourager to her friends. We often don't think of ourselves as God thinks of us, and she loves to build people up. She's a natural leader, and I look forward to seeing how God will use her in her future.
Sarah Voss is a 4-year senior here. She loves photography, she loves dogs, she loves horseback riding, and she's a very good violinist. She's also our sports club coordinator for the senior class, and she's a very quiet person, but she's always ready to lend a hand when needed.
Austin Walechka, this is how I see Jesus in him, because he always has a smile on his face, and doesn't matter what kind of day he's having, but he will be smiling.
Sydney Whitmell is so silly, fun-loving, and happy. She loves to joke around. She is always so willing to help out whenever we need help in the dorm. She has a kind heart and cares about others. I can see Jesus in her heart by the way she treats and includes others.
Aaron Wolf is a dedicated and conscientious student who has blessed our school in several ways, like playing the cello in music groups and being part of the Aracans, among others. In my interactions with him, I have noticed his respect, kindness, and also calmness, which reminds me of how Jesus treated others, with a peace that surpasses all understanding.
Alyssa Wolf is a very special young lady to me. I've known her since the day she was born, and she has a heart for Jesus. I see him living in her. I see her leadership abilities, the way she leads other students on campus. She loves people deeply, and she is used by God every day to bring joy and happiness to those around her. And I just pray that God's face shine upon her all the days of her life.
Juliana Wolf has a great gift for people. She's girls captain, and God has blessed her with a tender heart so that she can lead others by example. Juliana would like to eventually go into animal sciences, and she has a real gift for marine life.
About a year and a half ago, I was asked if I would consider being the class sponsor for the class of 2019. Little did I know what adventures my affirmative answer would bring into my life. From the planning of junior presentation to Boston trip, and of course, here we are now in the middle of senior recognition. Parents, thank you for the opportunity you've given me to work with your children by sending them to Great Lakes Adventist Academy. As a result of your confidence in GLAW, I've got to know your kids a whole lot better. What a journey and privilege it has been. Class of 2019, thank you as well. You're an amazing and talented group of young people. From script writing, to music talent, to acting, to scholastic ability, you got it. And even though you have a lot going for you, I do have a fear or two. Bottom line, class of 2019, what are you going to do with the Lord Jesus Christ in your life? Thank you, class, for helping me in the last year and a half to realize that I too must make sure that my faith is bigger than my fear. I love you guys.
First of all, I too want to thank all of the parents and families of the class of 2019 for giving us the privilege of having your kids in our lives. It's such a blessing. Class of 2019, I love you as a class, and I love you individually. You have often driven me to my knees, sometimes begging God to get us through the struggles that are tearing our class apart, sometimes pleading for the Holy Spirit to give each of us a heart more like Jesus, and sometimes praising his name for what I'm seeing him do in you. Thank you for showing me Jesus in new ways and helping me grow. Thank you for loving Dougie P. and I even on the days you may not have liked us. You've just heard a glimpse of the God-given qualities others see in you. God wants to grow those qualities. He also wants to take your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. Please let him. We have amazing memories together. There are a few months of memory making left before graduation. Never forget that there is nothing that Mr. Peterson and I want more than for you to experience the joy, peace, grace, and success that loving Jesus brings. And with that relationship with Jesus comes the reality that we can continue making memories with each other and Jesus forever. The choice is yours. Choose Jesus.